Alright, so this is a game that I got an idea actually from another teacher, but it's called Over the Hill, and you use three dice. These are dice I use for a game called Dungeons and Dragons, so kind of a nerdy game that I play at home. But the any three or any dice with the dots, whatever, or if you have dice with numbers on them at home, you could use those. Yahtzee, like lots of board games have dice. You can go dig some dice out of there. Just make sure you put them back when you dig them out. But I'm going to show you how to play. So you can play it as a two-player game, or you can play it like twice by yourself. It doesn't matter. And this actually can be used for all sorts of ages. But for you guys, I was thinking mostly of just fact fluency and like mental math strategies that you can use it for. So the idea is that you go from numbers 1 to 20, and you do this in order. You have to go in order. You can't skip numbers. So you have to start with 1 and you have to go in order all the way to 20. Like I can't go from 1 to 3. I have to go 1, 2, 3. So I'll just show you what I mean. So I'm going to show you how to play by yourself because you might possibly be doing that. So the way you do that is you take your three dice and then you roll them and you have your three numbers. So I rolled a 5, a 2, and a 6. So the idea is to use any of the four operations, so addition, subtraction, division, or multiplication, to try to get from 1 to 20. But obviously I'm not going to be able to do that in one turn. You're just trying to get as many as you can in one turn. So, for example, I need to get 1 first. So if I look at these dice, I can put them in any order I want, use any operation I want to get 1. Well, I know that this is a 6, and I know that this is a 5. So I know that 6 minus 5 equals 1. So therefore, I can cross off 1, because 6 minus 5 is 1. And what I'd like you guys to do is to actually put the fact that you're doing in order. I might not have made enough lines, but put them in order underneath of your Over the Hill so that you can see how your facts are working out as well. So I'll show you you can do more than one. So your job is to try to find as many combinations and get as far as you can. So again, that's why it can be a partner activity, because then your partner can be racing you on the bottom Over the Hill down here. But if you're just playing by yourself, you can just do it trying to basically see how as few of turns you could keep, like a little tally mark, few of turns as possible, to see if you can get from 1 to 20. So we want to get a 2. You have to do an operation. So, oh, no, you don't. No, you don't. You can just say, oh, I have a 2. So you can cross that off. So I can just put that I know that 2 minus 0 equals 2. Okay. Then I think I need to get 3. So I knew automatically that 5 minus 2 equals 3. So then I can cross that off. Or I could have done, so 5 minus 3 equals, oh, not 5 minus 3, sorry. It's still early in the morning. 5 minus 2 equals 3. Another problem I could have done was 6 divided by 2. And that also equals 3. So if you wanted to write that like next to it, give yourself a little bonus workout, then you can do that. Another one is 4. So I know that 6 minus 2 is 4. So I cross 4 out. So see how I'm going in order? I cannot skip. And see how it's kind of crazy actually, like how 3 dice, how many of them you can get through. We know that 5 right here, there's a 5, so I can cross the 5 out. A fact that I could write is 5 times 1, because there's only 1 dice, is 5. Okay? So 6, obviously there's a 6. So I've gotten pretty far already. So I know 6 can be crossed out, and I know that 6 times 1 dice equals 6. And 7, it's kind of crazy that I'm still able to do this. 5 plus 2 is 7. So I cross 7 out, and I do 5 plus 2 equals 7. And now we're at 8. Wow, this is nuts. I don't think I've ever rolled this well. 6 plus 2 equals 8. So I can cross 8 out. Notice I haven't changed my dice at all. They've all been the same 3 numbers. I've just been able to make lots of different combinations with them. And then we get to 9. Now I don't see any obvious subtraction with 9, and I don't see any obvious addition with 9. So what I'm going to do now is think about multiplication or division. So I know that, let's see, all of them added together, 5 plus 6 is 11, plus 2 more is 13. So I can't get that. I know that 5 plus 6 is 11, minus 2 is 9. So the way we write that, if you remember, this is those ones where you write in the parentheses. So 5 plus 6 is the first thing we would have done. And then we are subtracting 2 to get 9. So see how that expression or that formula works out. So then we cross 9 out. Then I'm at 10. So I got to think about 10. And I know I can use a multiplication fact. I can use 5 times 2. It'd be kind of funny if I can get all the way through this over the hill. I keep wanting to call it a factor rainbow, but it's not factor rainbow because it's not all multiplication. Okay, so we know 5 times 2 is 10, so I can cross 10 out. 11, that actually is back to a simple, can't talk apparently, addition problem, and it's 5 plus 6, so we know 5 plus 6 equals 11. There you go. 6 times 2 is 12. I might have to go over here for I ran out of room. So notice I'm still going, and I'm still going in order, and I haven't changed my dice. So it's a lot of mental math. I know it's simple math, and it's just like basic facts, but it's a great way to start your morning, actually, like right after you eat breakfast or brush your teeth, to do this. So I'm going to keep going. I know that 5 plus 6 equals 11, plus 2 more equals 13. So then I would write it just like this, because we always only add or multiply or subtract 2 numbers at a time. So 5 plus 6 plus 2 would go out here, equals 13. And then we're at 14. Let's see if I can do that. I got 5 times 6 would be 30, so no. 6 times 2 would only be 12, so no. 6 times 2 is 12, plus 5 more would be 12 plus 5 is 17, so no, because I can't skip. So I really, it's really important that you guys run through all of them, because you're trying to get as few turns as possible. We've only taken 1 turn, technically, 1 turn, because we've only rolled the dice once, and we've already gotten to the number 13. I'm trying to think. My husband's actually helping me record this. Do you see any other combinations?
I do not see any other combinations that can get you to 14. So is this when you would re-roll the dice?
Yes. So this is when you would re-roll the dice. And some of you out there who are watching this video, maybe you see something I don't. But like I said, it's early in the morning, so I'm going to keep on going. So I'd re-roll the dice and get some new numbers here. Not very different from what we had, but they're different. So we were trying to get to 14. So then I would look at this and I would think, let's see, 5 plus 5 plus 3 is 13, so that doesn't get me there. 5 times 3 is 15, so that doesn't get me there. Oh, nice. Let's see, 5 minus 5 is 0, 5 minus 3 is 2. I don't know, guys. I don't think I see a way to get to 14. What about any division? So let's see. 5 plus 5 is 10. We can't divide by 3. 5 times 3 is 15. We can't divide by 5, and you equal 5. So I'm not seeing anything there, so I'd have to re-roll them again. So from what I can tell, my battery's about to die on my phone. So right now, you would just keep going, like I said. Again, you could do this with a partner, and you would just take turns. So like once I got to the 13 and I had to re-roll, then it would be the partner's turn down here. So you can do it with a parent, you can do it with another sibling. Like I said, this is good for really all ages to do, but it's just a fun math activity to kind of get your brain going with mental math. So have fun with it, and hopefully you can find some dice. If you can't find some dice, honestly, you could just have a list of numbers and or do the paperclip idea. If you have a paperclip, put it in a circle and spin the paperclip like we did in class a couple times, and make your own little makeshift spinner, or use a spinner from a board game. That's fine too. So just kind of get creative with it.
There are also online dice rollers
Oh,
if
yeah.
you have your parents' permission to use them.
Well, I can put a dice roller actually on my website, so I'll do that for you under math on my website. I'll put an online dice roller. So great idea. All right, thank you guys. Have fun.